Good afternoon, folks. Dave here, and I'm here to show you an amazing little product I just purchased online. It's called Coco Coir. It's also known as coconut coir or cocoa peat. And this stuff is an alternative to peat moss. Now, the nice thing is, because it's made from coconut fibers, it's actually able to be more quickly reproduced than standard peat moss. It's a great additive you can put in your garden, and they come in either 1-pound bricks or 11-pound blocks, which is what I have here. You can see it's already starting to expand here from the water. See, this 11-pound block, all I need is to expose it to water for a few hours, and it's actually going to expand into a growth medium that's about the size of 2.5 cubic feet. So it's a little on the pricier side compared to getting peat moss, but the more people that know about it, the more people will buy it and the price will come down. So I filled up this can here with approximately 18 to 20 gallons of water, and as you can see, it's starting to get soaked, it's starting to expand, and hopefully by tomorrow morning I should have this filled with usable material for my garden and yard. And I'm hoping it, since I'm making a video documenting this, a couple videos actually, telling people about how I'm using it in my garden, this is going to hopefully become something that more stores like Rural King can carry. I already talked to my manager about that. And this stuff, I mean, like I said, it can actually hold, depending on the quality, 8 to 10 times its weight in water. So if you're looking for something to help keep your yard relatively moist for your garden or your plants, this is going to be something worth taking a look at. And let me see if I can just push it down a little bit there. There we go. It's starting to get a little bit more wet, and as it gets wet, it's going to start expanding further and break down. So hopefully tomorrow I will have another video for you guys telling you about just how awesome this stuff is expanding. So, take care. Peace. Good morning, folks. Well, it's the next day, and voila! There we go. We have the Coco Coir that has been sitting overnight. Turns out I made a slight miscalculation. When it talked about that it would fill up to 18 to 20 gallons once fully absorbed, I assumed it would be needing 18 to 20 gallons of water, which it turns out it just needed 5. So before I put this stuff down, I'm going to have to drain the excess water. Then it'll actually become more fluffy and more of a growth medium I can mix with my topsoil and put it in the spots where I need it. So next thing I'm going to have to do is to drain this stuff. But looking forward to the next adventure with trying to mix this stuff and use it in the garden. Peace. Okay. Well, I had an accident. This spot where I tried to tip it over and drain it is nowhere near the part of my garden I want to put it in. So I'm going to have to try to scrape a good deal of it up, put it in the bucket, get it over to the topsoil, and go from there. So I made an oopsie. Well, live and learn. Okay, I managed to move a bit of the Coco Coir that I still had left in the container, and from what I was able to shovel up, over here to the pile of topsoil. Now, my plan is to mix the two together and then put it in the various spots where I can use it to clean up and add moisture to my garden. I also put it in a couple spots by the fence line to help the clover there. So the parts that already were on the ground, so that was the closest to move it to. So next I'll be mixing and then me putting it in places. Well, at least I'll know better for the next brick. Fortunately, I have a few more. All right, peace. Okay, folks, well, I managed to salvage a good deal of the Coco Coir that I had mixed. I'm putting it in various spots to help it self-irrigate when it rains. Like I got under the trees here, and when it rains, the water drops down, so when I plant the clover seeds there, it's going to be fine. I'm also putting them in various spots here, like the corners of the yard. Here in the Christina patch, I got 3 spots here. Right there's one. Then I got over here between my sunchokes and clover patches already. That should help to keep them moist. Then I got one corner over here. Now my plan is next to not only mix more, but I'm going to augment this with my water storing crystals. So that should help to absorb more moisture and to keep the plants relatively taken care of when it comes to water. So that'll help to irrigate less. Let's face it, if we can save on our water bills right now, it'll be great. So hopefully this will be a grand experiment. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some more Coco Coir. I'll know where to dump it to drain it and how much water to put in, and I'll start adding the crystals. Peace. Okay, I've got the second Coco Coir brick in my dedicated bucket here, trash can I should say, and I'm just going to let it run for about an hour here, and that should give me all the water I need to help it expand. I got some little trickle here. I gotta say, it's actually relatively satisfying to just watch it like this. As soon as water hits it, it expands. I already had the bucket, a couple inches of water in the bottom, and it's already absorbed it. So this is interesting. Okay, it's kind of like watching paint dry, but quite frankly, I find it satisfying. It's kind of like, gardening ASMR. Well, I don't want to bore you guys anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and check out here. Peace.